Thank you so much for that. Okay, so we have a very small introduction about Prabhu. So he is the Vice President of Hare Krishna Movement, Hyderabad, also called as Hare Krishna Golden Temple, the first Golden Temple of Telangana. He completed his engineering in ECE in the year 2000 from Andhra University, which is a great thing. He worked for 2 years with a multinational company, L&T Infotech. He joined ISKCON in the year 2003, and he is in the service of for their lordships for the last 19 years. Guys, 19 years. Give a round of applause. Thank you, thank you. And Prabhu is overseeing multiple departments in the temple: Goshala department, fundraising department, and construction department. And Prabhu is also well known for his deep philosophical understanding and pastime narrations from all the authorized Vedic literatures. So let us once again put a big round of applause for His Grace, Maha Vishnu Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for gracing this event. We are looking forward for this. Yes.
Sometimes over-exaggeration is not required, I think. Because you blow up something and impact will be very less, means people will be disappointed. So the context what was given to me was, what was the topic? Any idea? Relevance of Bhagavad Gita in modern day life. So how many of you read Bhagavad Gita here? So how many of you seen Bhagavad Gita here? So how many of you touched Bhagavad Gita? At least that touch means here and there, one page, somewhere, just a visualization, what is there. So what do you think Bhagavad Gita means? One person please, stand up and talk. Manual of life, then okay, then further. Message of the Supreme Lord. No hesitation, please stand up. If there is anything you can want to communicate, be bold. A love letter, good. Simpler way to reach the Lord. Philosophy. Words of Lord. Solution for all the problems. One should surrender to the Lord. Way of life. Summary of all the Vedas. Instruction to go back home, back to Godhead. See, you are not understanding. I have not prepared, that's why I am making all of you to talk. Actually, what happens, Bhagavad Gita means many people think it's a historical book. It's a mythological book. It's a book which talks about war, which propagates war, violence, which talks about various subjects connected to administration, management, all these things and all. People say various things. But actually, what is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita means the words spoken by the Lord, the song sung by the Lord, the literal definition of Bhagavad Gita. The song sung by the Lord. The context may be on the war field, two parties, same family, Kuru dynasty, step brothers, Pandavas, Kauravas. It is good versus bad. Correct? So in that way, a circumstance was created. The good were oppressed, the bad were flourishing. So time has come for Krishna to settle down the activities. He wants to see that the religious principles are maintained. Because whenever Krishna comes, he takes care of three things. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya chadushkritam, dharma samsthapanardaya, sambhavami yuge yuge. He says whenever he comes, he establishes three things. Paritranaya sadhunam. He protects his devotees. Vinashaya cha dushkrutam. He annihilates the miscreants. Dharma samsthapanardaya. He establishes the principles of religion. And Bhagavad Gita is that principle of religion. And it was existing only after the war of only in the Kurukshetra war, or when did this Bhagavad Gita start? Where was this origin of Bhagavad Gita? The time. Okay. So Krishna himself explains the origin of Bhagavad Gita. He says, Imam vivashvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam. 4th chapter, 1st sloka. I spoke this knowledge to the sun god at the time of creation. Imam vivashvate yogam, this science of knowledge. Imam, this knowledge. Vivashvate, spoke to Vivashvan. Vivashvan manave praha. Vivashvan spoke to his son Manu. Manur Ikshvaker abravit. Manu spoke to his son Ikshvaku. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarushayo viduhu. Sakalane hamahata yogo nasta parantapa. In that way, this knowledge was coming in the Rajarushi parampara. In the kings who are almost like saints. So there is called as Brahma Rishi, Deva Rishi, Rajarushi. You know these topics? Who is Deva Rishi? Narada. So he is a Rishi among Devatas. Brahma Rishi, Vishwamitra, all these things and all. They are Rishi among Brahmanas. Raja Rishi, Janak Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, all great personalities, all the kings. So why was only it was coming in the Raja Rishi parampara? Why Krishna spoke only to kings Bhagavad Gita? Because if a king is a devotee, his entire kingdom becomes devotees. Yad yad acharati shreshtaha tattateve tarojanaha. Whatever a great man performs, common men follow. If an brand item has to be released, what will people do? Celebrity, brand ambassador. So that all his fans will purchase it. So that knowledge has to be accepted means the brand ambassador should be a royal person. Because people follow the king. Yata Raja Tata Praja. So the king is a devotee, the entire kingdom becomes devotees. So what was that principle what Krishna had asked? The king should be a devotee. So that he works selflessly. He will not treat himself and he will not treat others in a discriminative manner. He treats everybody in an equal manner. The entire Bhagavad Gita focuses on this aspect of what are the qualities of a devotee, how a devotee has to lead his life, and what context, how he has to handle various situations. Generally, we see in how many of you are attended any of the sessions on Bhagavad Gita? Some idea? Very few hands. They are trying to know, that means you have some basic idea of what is Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita was spoken in the battlefield where Krishna was personally present. And this war, they are considered as Dharma Yuddha. So now I ask all of you, whether this battle of Kurukshetra, was it Dharma Yuddha or Adharma Yuddha? Dharma Yuddha? Are you sure? How was Bhishma killed? How was Bhishma killed? భీష్ముని ఎలా చంపారు? శిఖండిని అడ్డం పెట్టుకొని చంపారు. ద్రోణాచార్యుని ఎలా చంపారు? అబద్ధం చెప్పి చంపారు. కర్ణుని ఎలా చంపారు? రథం కింద దిగి ఉన్నప్పుడు చంపారు. దుర్యోధను ఎలా చంపారు? తొడ కింద కొట్టి చంపారు. ధర్మం ఎక్కడుంది మరి అక్కడ? ఎక్కడుంది ధర్మం? ధర్మయుద్ధం అన్నారు కదా. First of all, doesn't matter, but Krishna, he is saying dharma samsthapanardaya. So I establish principles of religion, but where is dharma there? Where is dharma followed? He? No, that is not the way. Krishna was standing there and delivering the justice. You know, Bhishma and Ambika, Ambalika. So Bhishma had to marry Amba, but Amba was rejected. So she went and did tapasya. She took a boon from Lord Shiva that she could kill Bhishma. So she came back as Shikandi. Now Krishna had to satisfy the desire because her boon is there, she had to kill Bhishma. Okay, so that is first reason. Second thing was Dronacharya. Dronacharya and Drupada were friends. Gurukul friends, childhood friends. So Drupada had promised Dronacharya when he grows, when he becomes a king, he will share some of the riches. But Dronacharya, when he went to ask Drupada, Drupada insulted him. So Dronacharya became very angry. He wanted to take revenge. He came to Hastinapura. He became the guru of Pandavas and Kauravas. So when their education was done, he wanted Guru Dakshina. He wanted to capture Drupada and to be brought back. The Kauravas went, they got defeated. When Pandavas went, they defeated Drupada, they brought him and they made him as a slave to Dronacharya. So Drupada, feeling very sorrow for this, he wanted to take revenge on Dronacharya. He wanted to have a son who will kill Dronacharya. So he had performed a sacrifice and he was also very much satisfied by the capacity of Arjuna. So his wife also wanted a daughter who could be of great beauty. So Draupadi and Drupada, they were all twins. They came out of the fire. The entire Mahabharata war was cause of one person, Drupada. ఎలాగా? ఆయన కొడుకు శిఖండి ఎవరిని చంపడానికి పుట్టాడు? భీష్ముని చంపడానికి పుట్టాడు. దృష్టబ్జంన ద్రోణాచార్యని చంపడానికి పుట్టారు. ఇక మిగిలిన వాళ్ళందరూ చంపడానికి ద్రౌపది పుట్టింది. అంతే, ముగ్గురు. ఆయన ఒకడున్నంట వల్ల ఆయన ముగ్గురు వంశం నుంచి అందరూ చంపడానికి పుట్టారు. So next, this is done. Then Karna, when he came to Dronacharya for education, he was not given education. On what basis Dronacharya rejected Karna? But in earlier Vedic consideration, birthright is not taken as a basis. Their qualification is taken as a basis. Chaturvarnyam maya shishtam gunakarma vibhagashah. So birthright is not the basis. Then why did Karna was rejected? Intentions are not correct. He may misuse the knowledge. He is of an envious category. For an envious person, if you give something valuable, they will destroy everything. Seeing his intention, Dronacharya had not given him education. He went to Parashurama. He cheated him by saying he is son of a Brahmana. He learned the knowledge. At one particular point, one night he was guarding the cows. So one tiger approached the cow and it attacked the cow. Hearing the sound, Karna went there with a sword to kill the tiger. But it was pitch darkness, he could not see anything. When he threw his sword, it actually killed the cow. And the tiger ran away from there. Next day morning, when he saw that accidentally cow was killed and not the tiger, he went and reported to the person to whom the cow belongs. That Brahmana had cursed Karna by saying, as my cow was inattentive, you had attacked it with a sword. When you are inattentive, when you are doing something else activity, you will be faced or you will be facing your worst enemy. He will attack you and he will kill you. So understood? So Krishna was delivering justice. వాళ్ళ శాపాలని అక్కడ ఉండి ఆర్గనైజ్ చేశాడు అంతే, అంతకనే ఏం చేయలేదు. దుర్యోధన in the assembly, when they brought Draupadi Devi to be disrobed, she had indicated Draupadi to come and sit on his lap. So at that time, Bhima took a pratigna by saying, I will break your lap. Because she is married, she is a lady of a respectable character. She is a chaste woman. How can you ask her to come and sit on somebody else's lap? So this is not an activity of your worthy character. So you are an offender, you have to be punished. So for that purpose, Bhima breaks the thigh of Duryodhana. So in that way, Krishna was standing there and delivering the justice what they deserve. That's why it is called as Dharma Yuddha. ముళ్ళుని ముళ్ళుతోనే తీయాలి. అర్థమైందా? A thorn has to be removed only by a thorn. So Krishna was using all their own past karmas to annihilate them. So entire Bhagavad Gita, if you see, we can observe from each personality what we should do, what we should not do. From Arjuna's character, what do you understand? What was the qualification for Arjuna to receive Bhagavad Gita? Good skills. There are many people also there with good skills. Bhishma is the best warrior in the battlefield. So in Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna says there are 4 qualities of Arjuna. Why he was recipient of Bhagavad Gita. Bhaktosi sakacheti. First 2. Because you are my devotee and you are my friend. The third qualification is anasuyave. Because you are non-envious of me. This is a general attitude. When 2 friends, one has something, other has doesn't, there is a quality of enviousness. Because he has, I don't have, or I have, he doesn't have. Because Arjuna was non-envious of him, Krishna was giving him Bhagavad Gita knowledge. The 4th qualification was, whatever Krishna said, Arjuna accepted without any doubt. Sarvameta dhrutam manye yanmam vadashi keshava. So whatever Krishna says, I accept without doubting your personality. So with these 4 qualifications, Arjuna became the recipient of Bhagavad Gita. Next, Yudhishthira Maharaj. From him what we can learn? Dharmam. So what is dharma? First. So what is right and what is wrong? How can you discriminate? Okay, I'll explain a small perspective. Now you say who is correct in that perspective. There was a feast organized by a king. He had invited so many brahmanas, so many well-wishers, and all the needy people were also invited for the feast. Arrangements were being done. Cooking was happening. So one snake was captured by an eagle and it is being carried away by the eagle in the sky. In desperation to avoid the bite of that eagle, the snake threw poison onto the eagle. But it was in the flying, because of the air speed, the poison came down and fell in the cooking area. Accidentally, nobody knew that poison had fell into the food. It was served. The place where that poison fell in that batch, certain people ate that and they died there. Now, who is responsible for this sin of killing that people? King? Snake? Eagle? or the person who himself ate? So nobody could decide. Yamadutas could not decide who is to be taken for punishment. After 6 months again, the same event was organized. So this time, people from far off places were also invited. So when a group of people came to the village, they were asking one old lady who was sitting outside the house, which way to go to the king's house. So she said, who is that king? He is the same person who had killed the people last time by feeding feast. Immediately that sin came and attacked that lady. Because you are blatantly blaming somebody as responsible for that activity. So when it is happening by will of the Lord, you cannot know who is the actual doer for that activity. So like that, we cannot say what is good and what is bad. What is good for me may be bad for somebody else. Because we are not in complete idea of the total picture. When Yudhishthira Maharaj was asked to speak a lie, actually it was not lie. What did Krishna say? Ashwattama hata kunjaraha. You say Ashwattama hataha, the kunjaraha word you say silently. Because actually there was an elephant by name Ashwattama which was killed. Ashwattama hataha, kunjaraha. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, till now I have never spoken lie, how can I speak lie? But whatever Krishna says, that is dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Whatever Lord says, that is dharma. But Yudhishthira Maharaj said, I hesitate to speak the lie. But later he spoke the lie. Because he hesitated, it is said that he had to have a glimpse of hell for that hesitation. Not because he spoke the lie. Because Lord has ordered him, that is the duty one has to do. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, from him we have to learn this one particular aspect. Not to hesitate. Next, Bhima, from him what to learn? ఏ సినిమాలు చూడలేదు ఎవరో మీరు భీముడి గురించి? భీమా భోజన ప్రియ, నలభీమ పాకం. He is a very good cook. In history there are only two good cooks. One was Nala, other was Bhima. A professional chef of highest quality. And he is also known as voracious eater. So from him, artificially, sometimes we become blinded by our strength. We should not have the pride of the strength what we have. So sometimes he used to boast himself, overboast himself. So that's why we should always be careful. Because pride precedes fall down. So then from Karna, what do you have to learn? Friendship. Who is that person who had spoken friendship? Please stand up. Okay. అలానే నుంచో. ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ అని అంటే ఏంటి? ఫ్రెండ్కి ప్రాణం ఇవ్వాలా? యుద్ధంలో ఫస్ట్ పారిపోయేదే కర్ణుడు తెలుసా? ఎనీ వార్, ద ఫస్ట్ వన్ టు రన్ అవే ఫ్రమ్ ద బ్యాటిల్ ఫీల్డ్ వాజ్ కర్ణ. ఇన్ దట్ విరాట వార్, ద ఫస్ట్ వన్ టు రన్ అవే వాజ్ కర్ణ. When the war happened with that Gandharvas, the first one to run away was Karna. Like that, many of the circumstances were there. Karna, he was boasting himself and he ran away from the war, leaving Duryodhana for his fate. So where is friendship there? He came friend, but whenever the friend is in trouble, he is running away. Where is your friendship then? Win means you have to be there next to him. You sit in your house and say, I will support you, cheerleader. And that will not work out. The teamwork is when you are with the team, you should be, that is teamwork. You are saying you should be in the battlefield, you should be in the stadium, not sitting in the house and clapping. Understood? See, like that, every personality we can learn something. Bhishma, What we can learn? Loyalty to a wrong purpose. Loyalty for a wrong purpose. See, Bhishma, he is a great personality. He knows what is right and what is wrong. When Duryodhana was snatching away the kingdom of Pandavas, he should have spoken. You should have give back. After 12 years, you should give back their kingdom. But he was very silent. He did not say anything. At the time of battlefield, he knows Pandavas were in the right direction. They are entitled for their kingdom. He should have supported the Pandavas. He went and supported Duryodhana. On what reason? Because Duryodhana had maintained me for so long, I have to stand next to him. And Duryodhana was the wrong side. So Bhishma was also standing in the wrong side. Even though you may be the greatest warrior, but if you are on the wrong side, you will be annihilated. So this is what we have to learn from Bhishma. Dronacharya, from him what you can learn? He is a selfless personality. Even though he knows Drishtadyumna has taken birth to kill me, still he gave the entire knowledge to Drishtadyumna. So like that, every personality, everything, you can learn something, and you can always say, I can be like him, I cannot be like him. Accept the good, reject the bad. So like that, entire Bhagavad Gita is this life instructions. So Krishna gives us guidance how to manage ourselves. Many people say management, look, manual. Manual for what? How to lead one's life on the path of dharma. Now life means, are we this body? Are we the spirit soul? Who am I? Where did I come from? Who is God? What is my relationship with Him? What is Kala? What is Karma? How it implicates me in activities? All these technical details are explained in Bhagavad Gita. Now what is position of Krishna? He's a charioteer, okay, but what is his position? Is he God? Is he a human being? Superman? What is he? So Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. There are many gods, he is Godhead. Head God. Understood? So he himself proved his position. In 7 chapter 7 shloka, Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. There is no truth beyond me. I am that final conclusion. And in 4 shlokas, the entire Bhagavad Gita essence he gave in 10th chapter. He says, Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. I am the source of everything. Everything is emanating from me. I existed before the creation and I exist after the creation. And I manage this creation. Great devotees talk about me. They discuss about me. They engage in my pastimes. Then, for those who are tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhiyogam tam enamam upayantite. For those who are unalloyed, engaged in my devotional service. Satata yuktanam, always engaged in my service. Bhajatam priti purvakam, in a favorable, loving way, if they are engaged in my service. Dadami buddhiyogam, I give them the intelligence. Enamam upayantite, how to come to me. So Lord is the giver of intelligence. Then, how does He give intelligence? How does He support His devotees? Tesham evanukampartam aham ajnanajam tamaha. Nashayami atma bhavastaha jnanadipena bhashvata. I, as Paramatma in everyone's heart, I give the knowledge, as a light by which the darkness of ignorance can be thrown out. So this is my compassion upon my devotees. After hearing the entire Bhagavad Gita, partly, Arjuna said, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. This is what spoken by Arjuna himself. He says, Param Brahma, you are the supreme personality. Param Dhamma, you are the supreme abode. Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, you are that purifier, most purifying personality. Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, you are that eternal personality, Purusha. Shashvatam, you are original. Divyam, you are transcendental. Adi Devam, you are the original personality. Ajam, you are one without a birth. Vibhum, you are great. So people may say, a friend may glorify other friend. Arjuna is saying, Ahustvam Rushayas Sarve. All the Rishis are saying this. Asita, Devala, Vyasa, Swayam Chaiva, Bravishime. I am just following in their footsteps. You are certified by all the great sages as the greatest personality. You are certified by them as the Supreme Lord. I am just following in their footsteps in addressing you. So in that way, Krishna's position is certified by all the great sages. He says, Aham Adirhi Devanam, Maharshinam cha Sarvashaha. Name Vidu Suragana, Prabhavamna Maharshayaha. Great sages do not know me. Devatas, they do not know about me. I am the origin of all these people. So people may ask, what is the problem in worshipping Devatas? Is there any problem? Is worship of Devata and Krishna same? In what way it is not same? Because Devatas are all administrative personalities. Huh? They are managers, administrative personalities. And Krishna says, Antavantu phalam tesham tad bhavati alpamedasam. If you approach the Devata, the phala what you get is antavantaha, destined to finish. And who will go to these Devatas? People with alpamedasaha, less intelligent people go to these Devatas. Devan devayajo yanti. If you worship the demigod, you will go to the planet of the demigods. Madbhakta yanti mamapi. My devotees come back to me. So Krishna is clearly mentioning who can go to him, who does not come to him. People may say, you will go to Krishna. No. If you go to bus stand, any bus you take, you will go to Vijayawada. You have to take that specific bus, only then you will go. In that bus also, there is normal bus, there is luxury, there is super luxury, then there is Indra, Garuda, whatever it is. So according to your capacity, that bus will take you faster. According to your surrender, you will go faster to Krishna Loka also. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. According to your sincerity, Lord will reciprocate. And entire Bhagavatam is based on this principle of surrender. Whom to surrender, how to surrender, why to surrender. Bhagavad Gita is the basis, and where Bhagavad Gita ends, Bhagavatam starts. Bhagavad Gita is ending at Sarvadharman Parityatya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Leaving all the dharmas, accepting my shelter. Aham tvam sarva papebhyaha. I will clean you from all sinful reactions. Moksha ishyami ma suchaha. Of this there is no doubt. I will liberate you from this personality. Bhagavatam starts at Dharma projata kaitavatro paramo nirmatsaranam satam. Bhagavatam is meant for those people who are nirmatsaraha, who are non-envious. Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, they are meant for people who are non-envious. Because if there is envy, knowledge will not be perfect. It will be screened. So generally many people say, we don't want to keep Bhagavad Gita in our house. A war will happen. If you are Duryodhana and if you are Pandavas, if there are two categories, then war will happen. Or if you are all devotees, why war will happen there? And Bhagavad Gita itself, the last shloka says, Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayabhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, wherever there is Arjuna, the great devotee, all good auspicious things happen there. So by worshipping Bhagavad Gita also, which is non-different from the Lord, one can get all auspicious activities benedicted upon them. So what is my principle, how I can practically implement Bhagavad Gita? Krishna says one instruction to Arjuna. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara. In all times and all circumstances, I have to think of Krishna. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. In all times and all circumstances. Mam anusmara, one should think of me. And one should execute their respective duties. Yuddhacha. Because Arjuna was a warrior, he has to execute in the battlefield. If you are a student, if you are a working professional, you are whatever profession we are, in doing our duties, we should think of Krishna. In that way, then people may ask, is it possible that can I think of Krishna all the time? Abhyasa yoga yuktena. By practice it is possible. Practice makes man perfect. Now how do you practice? How do you think of Krishna? There is a process. Krishna himself has given. Kavim Puranam Anushashitaram Anoraniyamsham Anusmaredyaha Sarvasya Dataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parasta. These are the ways. Krishna is saying, in 10 ways you can think of me. Kavihi, the knower of everything. Puranam, the oldest. Anushashitaram, the order establisher, order giver. Kavim Puranam Anushashitaram Anoraniyamsham. I am the smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. Anusmaredyaha, you should think of me in this way. Sarvasya Dataram, I am the maintainer of everything. Achintya Rupam, inconceivable form. Aditya Varnam, I am like a effulgent of the sun. Tamasa Parastat, which is beyond material ignorance. So in the systematic way, Krishna has given all things what is required for us, how to lead this life. Huh? Anytime you can read, whenever you are comfortable, whenever your mind is peaceful. In anxiety, you will not be able to read Bhagavad Gita because nothing goes in our head. In confusion, we cannot read Bhagavad Gita. Is that the same question? What time you have to read Bhagavad Gita? Time is irrespective. Whenever you are free, whenever your mind is peaceful, you can read Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. I got it.
Everybody is silent. Have you understood or not? So anything more?
Each shloka is said in a particular situation. Then after reading that, how can we adjust that particular situation with our situation and try to follow those principles?
That's
Can we think about our situation in that? How can we relate?
one example, please. One literal example where you felt confusion.
I don't remember, Prabhu, but I felt many times when I read it. I feel it like it's just like a story or it's just like a conversation. But when I feel many problems that I face in my life, and when I think I can't relate it to that, how could I do that?
That's why you should know what is the intention when Krishna spoke that shloka.
Yes, Prabhu.
So entire Bhagavad Gita, if you see, it is a conversation. It is actually a question answer session. Arjuna was putting questions and Krishna was answering. Entire Bhagavad Gita is 16 questions and answers to that 16 questions. You know this? It is a question answers. There are 16 questions in Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna was answering to that. But actually, where did these questions come from? Krishna confused Arjuna. And he ask him that questions, so that knowledge of Bhagavad Gita comes out. Now, that's why I said you have to read Bhagavad Gita under the guidance of an Acharya, so that he knows which shloka, what, when, where, how to implement that perspective. Like people come, they ask, I have so and so problem, what is the solution mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? That is the practical application. So if you want peacefulness in your life, see, everybody wants peace. So how you can get peace? Krishna said, Bhoktaram yajnatapasham sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarvabhutanam jnatvama shantim richyati. Bhoktaram, I am the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. Yajna tapasham. Sarvaloka maheshwaram, I am the master of all the planetary systems. Suhrudam sarvabhutanam, I am the well-wisher friend of all living entities. Jnatvamam, if you know these three qualities about me, shantim rachyati, you will get eternal peace. Now like that, every shloka will have a practical, technical information. Now when you read it, you should know how this applies to me. That's where the contemplation comes into picture. That becomes realization. So when you read in a systematic way, you'll get to know all these technical details.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, you said that Bhagavad Gita, it's a song of God, or the message given by the Supreme Lord personally. So, I mean, with what intention I should start to read, Prabhu?
Your intention is you are a blank slate, you are approaching Krishna for guidance, that's it. We cannot control Krishna, we cannot dominate Krishna. Many people think, I want to by heart the entire 700 slokas. I want Krishna at my command. Can you control Krishna? You can never control Krishna. It is a subservient future. You should pray to the Lord, you be my master, how Arjuna has surrendered unto you. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. I am surrendering unto my Guru. Please guide me what is best for me. Understood? Because Krishna, he is there as Paramatma in everyone's heart. And he gives us the guidance. So he says, 15 chapter, 15 shloka. Anybody remember? Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. He says, I am there in everyone's heart. From me comes knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness. So three things which is very essential for our life are coming from Krishna. So accordingly, he releases and he controls. So if somebody is a student, by reading Bhagavad Gita, if they think, how Lord can help me? Yes, he can help you by whatever you have read. If you have to remember, you have to pray to the Lord, give me that memory, so that I will be able to present them in the exam properly, or else you will read here in the exam hall, you will go blank. We can go blank based on our karma at that particular point. So we should pray to the Lord to release that memory so that we will be able to perform better. So these are that small nuances what we have to understand. How Lord is guiding us in every moment of life. He is there as a witnesser. Upadrishta anumantacha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha. So he is there as a witnesser and sanctioner. So when we pray to him sincerely, he will reciprocate. What is best for us, in that manner he will reciprocate. What I may want, he may not give.
Prabhu, one more doubt. Why do people keep Bhagavad Sapta at their homes?
See, one thing we have to understand clearly, Bhagavata Saptaha means the speaker should be a qualified person and the audience should be a perfect personality.
But
It started with that concept.
yeah,
In 7 days, Parikshit Maharaj was only having 7 days time. So in that way, Parikshit Maharaj was given that opportunity to hear entire Bhagavatam in 7 days.
yeah. But nowadays I'm seeing people are taking it their homes.
They are trying to do because they say if you conduct a Bhagavad Saptaha, all good happens to your family. But it is also important that you have to be like Parikshit Maharaj to understand. In 7 days, and the speaker is also should be like Shukadeva Goswami, he should be able to speak the entire Bhagavatam in 7 days. So Prabhupada says it is not the point of just 7 days and whole round the year you be empty. Bhagavatam itself says, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, you have to read Bhagavatam every day.
Yes, I got the answer. Thank you.
Normally, when we read all the slokas and read the meanings, we feel that all the good qualities that are mentioned in the slokas and their bhavas, we feel that they are good and we think that we will definitely follow it. But when we face a real situation, we forget it. At that point of time, we are full of motivation and we think that we will follow and we will do it, and we are with 100% confidence. But when we face the situation, we don't even think about that, and unknowingly we commit the mistake again and again. For example, when I read slokas, I think that we should not be jealous of others, we should not be egoistic or etc. But when it comes to that situation, unknowingly that quality comes out. And after that, again, after that situation passes on, and after that I realize that I had made the same mistake again and again, and I feel regret. So what to do to avoid that?
So practice is the point. You are only thinking, you are not putting into action. Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. What you think, you speak, you put it into action. When you start, when you know whom you are envious with, it is one personality. So when you interact with him, next time you know my envious attitude comes out naturally. So how to avoid it is, first talk to him, understand, make friendship with him, leave all that backlog and make a fresh start. Just words will not be sufficient. Actions are important.
So how was the session, guys? Thank you so much, Prabhu. We learned a lot. Bigger, give it up, give it up. We learned a lot of things, Prabhu. We'll definitely implement in our life. Thank you for your time, valuable time today. Yes.